Have you ever looked in the mirror and felt that your hair was making you look older, thinner, flatter, and less vibrant than it once was? This is one of the most common changes women experience after 50, and unfortunately, the wrong haircut often exaggerates it. The right cut, however, can do far more than shape your hair. It can refine your features, soften lines, and restore confidence. I've seen women transform overnight. One client at 58 switched to a layered bob, and the very next day her family insisted she looked 10 years younger. In this video, I will walk you through 5 hairstyles that have consistently delivered this kind of result for women over 50. They are modern, flattering, and practical for everyday life. Along the way, I will share real examples from clients and professional insights gained through years of experience, so you can choose the style that not only enhances your appearance, but also fits seamlessly into your lifestyle. Number 1. Soft Layered Bob. The soft layered bob is one of the most timeless and flattering haircuts for women over 50. According to the American Association of Cosmetology Schools, nearly 65% of women past midlife choose some variation of the bob because of its versatility, easy maintenance, and its ability to instantly refresh the face. What makes this haircut so effective is its structure. Soft, subtle layers create natural lift and fullness, which is particularly important since hair tends to thin and flatten with age. Instead of lying heavy and pulling the face downward, layered bobs add movement and bounce, making the hair appear thicker and more vibrant. Strategically placed layers around the cheekbones and jawline act like a natural lift, softening sagging areas and emphasizing bone structure. This style is also practical. A volumizing mousse at the roots and a quick blow dry with a round brush are often all it takes to bring out youthful volume. It is a cut that requires little effort but delivers maximum impact, which is exactly what many women over 50 look for. I have seen countless transformations with this haircut. One client at 58 had worn her hair long for decades. She felt it weighed her face down and made her look tired. After switching to a soft, layered bob, she immediately looked lighter, fresher, and more radiant. At a family gathering the next day, she was told repeatedly that she looked at least 10 years younger. The difference was not only visual. She said the haircut restored her confidence and energy. Color can take this cut even further. Warm highlights such as caramel or light brown help brighten the complexion, especially for women concerned about dull or sallow undertones. Research from the Pantone Color Institute has shown that warmer tones tend to enhance skin vibrancy, which explains why so many women look more youthful when adding them to their bob. Face shape also matters. For a round face, longer layers that skim past the chin help elongate the profile. Women with square or angular faces benefit from softer, feathered layers that balance sharp lines. Oval faces, on the other hand, are versatile enough to carry almost any bob variation, from chin length to just above the shoulders. Celebrities such as Kris Jenner have demonstrated the power of this style. Her signature bob with subtle layering frames her face beautifully, projecting elegance and modern confidence even into her 60s. This shows how the right cut does not fight against age but works with it, enhancing natural features instead of hiding them. For women who have never tried a layered bob, hesitation often comes from fear that shorter hair might look harsh or matronly. In reality, when tailored correctly, this style does the opposite. It softens, lightens, and revives. It is adaptable enough for both casual and formal occasions, straight and sleek for an elegant dinner, tousled for a weekend brunch, or slightly curled at the ends for a sophisticated evening look. The soft layered bob is not about chasing youth. It is about presenting the most vibrant version of yourself today. It is a practical, flattering, and empowering option for women over 50 who want to look polished without sacrificing ease. And for many, it becomes not just a haircut but a renewed sense of identity. Number 2, the side-swept pixie. For decades, many women over 50 avoided short cuts, fearing they would look too severe or masculine. Yet in the last 15 years, the pixie has redefined itself as one of the most sophisticated and confidence-boosting choices for mature women. The modern version with side-swept bangs offers structure and lift without losing softness, which is why it has become a go-to style for clients who want a sharp change that feels liberating. The strength of the pixie lies in its architecture. By removing excess length and weight, the haircut immediately draws attention upward to the eyes and cheekbones, areas that remain strong even as skin naturally softens with age. Side-swept bangs play a crucial role. They add a feminine frame across the forehead, soften lines, and prevent the cut from appearing harsh. For women with fine or thinning hair, the pixie is transformative. Layers at the crown create the illusion of density, making hair look thicker than it actually is. This is not just theory, it plays out in real life. A 62-year-old client of mine, Susan, had struggled with limp, thinning hair for years. She told me she was tired of fighting her hair every morning with hot rollers and heavy sprays. When we shaped her hair into a pixie with sweeping bangs, her first reaction was shock. I haven't seen my cheekbones in years. Within weeks, she told me friends kept remarking that her whole face looked lifted, almost as if she had undergone a cosmetic procedure. In truth, it was simply the cut revealing the beauty that had been hidden. Cultural examples reinforce this transformation. Jamie Lee Curtis is perhaps the most famous ambassador of the pixie. For decades, her silver side-swept pixie has been celebrated as chic, ageless, and authentic. Rather than trying to hide age, the style projects authority and self-possession, while still looking fresh and current. From a practical standpoint, the pixie is a time saver. It dries in minutes, styles easily with a texturizing spray, and needs only occasional trimming to maintain shape. For women who prefer not to spend long hours in front of the mirror, this is a decisive advantage. And contrary to the fear that short hair limits styling, the modern pixie offers surprising versatility. It can be worn sleek and polished for formal settings or tousled and playful for a more relaxed mood. Of course, this cut is not for everyone. Women with very round faces may prefer to keep the bangs longer to create balance, while those with naturally thick hair should ensure layering is carefully distributed to avoid bulk. But when tailored properly, the pixie becomes more than just a hairstyle. It is a statement of confidence. For women over 50 considering a change, the pixie with side-swept bangs represents not just a new look but a new perspective. It signals decisiveness, independence, and modernity, while still remaining undeniably feminine. And often, the most powerful transformations come not from what we add, but from what we let go. Number 3, the shoulder-length shag. One of the most common sentiments I hear from women over 50 is this: I want to look youthful, but I don't want to look like I'm trying too hard. That desire for authenticity is exactly what makes the shoulder-length shag such a powerful choice. It is relaxed, playful, and full of natural movement, qualities that instantly project vitality without the slightest hint of pretense. The shag, once known as a rebellious style in the 1970s, has evolved into a modern, age-friendly cut that celebrates texture. Its secret lies in the layers, placed strategically throughout the hair to create lightness and air. For women whose hair has thinned or flattened with age, these layers breathe life back into every strand. Instead of weighing the face down, the cut lifts it up, framing features and adding energy with every turn of the head. I worked with a client named Maria, a 54-year-old professional in Los Angeles. She had always worn her hair long and straight, believing it made her look elegant. Over time, though, she confessed that her hair felt heavy and uninspired. We decided to reshape it into a shoulder-length shag with soft curtain bangs. The change was remarkable. Her colleagues began asking if she had taken a long vacation because she looked rested and glowing. In truth, nothing had changed except her haircut. The airy movement of the shag gave her the youthful lightness she had been missing. From a professional perspective, the shag has 3 advantages for mature women. First, it adapts beautifully to natural texture. Whether hair is slightly wavy, straight, or even loosely curled, the layers enhance what is already there instead of forcing the hair into submission. Second, it is low maintenance. A bit of texturizing spray, air drying, and a quick tousle with the fingers are often all that is needed. Third, it pairs elegantly with glasses, natural gray, or color-treated hair, making it one of the most versatile cuts for everyday life. Celebrities have also demonstrated the timeless appeal of this cut. Meg Ryan, for example, has often worn variations of the shag well into her 50s, using it to project a spirited, approachable image. The cut's layered softness makes it playful but never messy, energetic but never overwhelming. The shag is especially flattering for women with oval or longer face shapes, as the layering balances proportions, but it can also slim round faces when styled with longer pieces near the jawline. For those who want to soften forehead lines, adding curtain bangs can subtly draw attention to the eyes while masking fine lines above. The beauty of the shoulder-length shag is that it does not demand perfection. In fact, its charm comes from imperfection, strands that move freely, layers that catch the light differently each time, a tousled ease that feels genuine. For women who want a hairstyle that aligns with the way they live, active, engaged, unwilling to spend hours styling, the shag delivers freedom without sacrificing polish. Ultimately, this cut embodies an important principle. At 50, style should enhance your presence, not fight against it. The shoulder-length shag offers exactly that, a reflection of confidence, ease, and the kind of youthful energy that comes not from pretending to be younger, but from fully embracing who you are now. Number 4, the chin-length blunt cut. Among the many hairstyles that suit women over 50, few capture the balance between elegance and simplicity as perfectly as the chin-length blunt cut with soft layers. This style projects confidence without demanding attention. It is not dramatic or flamboyant. Instead, it communicates refinement through precision. For women who prefer a polished look with minimal effort, it is a near-flawless choice. The strength of this haircut comes from its structure. By cutting the hair evenly to fall at or just below the chin, the style creates a clean, defined frame around the lower face. This is particularly valuable as facial contours naturally soften with age. The blunt edge introduces visual strength, almost as if it redraws the jawline, creating the impression of lift and firmness. Soft internal layers prevent the cut from appearing heavy, adding a subtle fluidity that keeps the look approachable. I once worked with a university professor in her mid-50s who had grown tired of her shoulder-length hair. She wanted something professional but not severe, stylish but not trendy. We opted for a chin-length blunt cut with understated layers. The effect was immediate. In her own words, "It feels like the haircut matches the way I want to present myself, serious but not stiff." Within weeks, students and colleagues remarked that she looked sharper and more dynamic, yet also approachable. That blend of authority and warmth is exactly what this haircut can deliver. The blunt cut is particularly effective for women with fine or thinning hair. Even ends create the illusion of density, eliminating the wispy tips that can make hair look fragile. For women with square or heart-shaped faces, soft layering within the blunt outline helps balance sharper angles, while those with oval faces can enjoy the style's versatility in both straight and slightly wavy finishes. One reason this haircut has remained timeless is its adaptability. Worn sleek and smooth, it radiates sophistication. With a light wave, it softens into casual elegance. Tucking one side behind the ear introduces a modern edge, especially when paired with simple jewelry. It is the kind of cut that effortlessly moves from professional settings to social gatherings, always appropriate yet never dull. From a maintenance standpoint, this style is refreshingly practical. A smoothing serum or light shine cream can keep the lines crisp without weighing hair down. Blow-drying the ends slightly inward creates a subtle curve that frames the face, adding a hint of softness. For women with finer hair, a volumizing mousse at the crown provides just enough lift to prevent flatness. The deeper appeal of the chin-length blunt cut with soft layers lies in what it communicates. It does not chase trends or attempt to disguise age. Instead, it embodies quiet confidence, the assurance of someone who knows her worth and expresses it with restraint. When people see this haircut, they may not immediately recognize what has changed, only that the woman wearing it looks composed, sophisticated, and unmistakably self-assured. For women over 50 who value elegance and practicality, this style is more than a haircut. It is a statement of identity. It proves that beauty at this stage of life does not have to be loud to be powerful. Sometimes the simplest lines speak the loudest. Number 5. long layers with curtain bangs. For generations, women were told that once they reached a certain age, long hair was no longer appropriate. The assumption was that short hair equaled sophistication, while length suggested a refusal to grow up. Today, that outdated idea has been thoroughly disproven. Long layers with curtain bangs are proof that hair past the shoulders can be elegant, modern, and incredibly flattering for women over 50. The secret of this style lies in balance. Hair worn entirely one length can feel heavy, dragging the face downward. By introducing long, blended layers, weight is lifted and movement is restored. Instead of a solid curtain of hair, the cut creates shape and dimension, making strands appear fuller and more alive. Curtain bangs complete the transformation. They open the face, soften the forehead, and naturally draw attention to the eyes and cheekbones, creating a youthful frame without the rigidity of blunt bangs. I recall a client in her early 60s from Northern California who had resisted cutting her waist-length hair for years. She feared losing the femininity she had always associated with length. When we reshaped it into long, flowing layers and added curtain bangs, she was astonished by the change. The style allowed her to keep her cherished length, yet it no longer felt heavy. Friends remarked that her hair looked healthier and her face brighter, as though she had finally found the balance she had been missing. From a technical standpoint, this haircut is especially effective for women with medium to thick hair, where layers can remove excess bulk while still preserving fullness. Women with finer textures should ask for longer, face-framing layers rather than too many internal cuts, to avoid losing density. Styling remains flexible. The look can be worn sleek and straight for sophistication, or air-dried into loose waves for a romantic, effortless appeal. A round brush can easily sweep curtain bangs back, opening the face while keeping the movement soft. Color can elevate the effect even further. Subtle balayage or sun-kissed highlights bring dimension and light, preventing long hair from appearing flat. The combination of layers, bangs, and thoughtful color placement ensures that length enhances, rather than overwhelms. Facial features. The cultural landscape also reinforces the power of this style. Actresses like Julianne Moore and Andie MacDowell have worn layered, longer cuts well past 50, showing how hair can be both graceful and age-appropriate while still projecting vitality. Their looks demonstrate that femininity and maturity are not opposites. They can, in fact, amplify each other. Perhaps the greatest strength of long layers with curtain bangs is the message they send. This style rejects the notion that turning 50 or 60 requires a retreat into minimalism or conformity. Instead, it embraces softness, movement, and romance. It says a woman can be elegant, stylish, and completely herself, without letting go of the length that makes her feel most confident. For women who love the feeling of long hair, this cut proves that they do not need to sacrifice practicality or sophistication. With the right layers and bangs, long hair after 50 becomes not a symbol of clinging to the past, but a celebration of the present, a modern, graceful expression of beauty that continues to evolve. After 50, hair is no longer just about appearance. It becomes an expression of confidence and a way to tell your own story. The right cut doesn't erase age, instead it highlights the strength, elegance, and individuality that come with it. You don't need to look 30 again to feel beautiful. What truly matters is shining at your real age with sophistication, self-assurance, and vitality. I'd love to hear from you. Which of these hairstyles spoke to you the most? Have you tried one already, or are you considering a new change? Share your thoughts in the comments below. I always enjoy reading your stories and experiences. And if you'd like more professional tips designed especially for women over 50, make sure to subscribe to the channel and turn on notifications so you never miss what's next. Thank you so much for spending this time with me today. Remember, beauty at 50 and beyond is not about holding on to the past, but about embracing who you are now with pride. I look forward to seeing you in the next video.